Oh yeah, man, that sounds great. What's up, riders? Old Man Ronin here, and welcome back to the channel. Yeah, we're in the shop today because we're going to do a long-awaited Stage 1 upgrade, well, at least part of it, on the Royal Enfield Himalayan. You know, we're going to do the high-flow air filter from K&N, and we're also going to do the Box silencer on the exhaust. It's going to be a fun video, so stay tuned. You know, tools for this is really super simple. It's a 4mm Allen and a simple Phillips screwdriver. And we're going to be taking off the side panel here for the air cleaner. And that looks like it's right here. It's a 4mm here, here, and here, and this being a dummy. So don't try to unscrew this one. And once you get this off with the 4mm, you're going to notice these four little Phillips screws. This is a super simple install, but it's going to really help the engine breathe and open it up a little bit. And simply pull this off. And that's basically the air cleaner. And I'll tell you, well, see, I've replaced this air cleaner before, so it looks really nice. Too bad I'm not going to use it anymore. Well, one of the things we're going to do is look inside of the air box there to make sure there's not any debris. Got my trusty flashlight, and let's look and see. Looks really clean in there, and you know, that's the key. That's what the air filter's for. So as we open the box of the DNA air filter, you're going to see the new plate as well as the new high flow, whoop, dropping papers everywhere, the new high flow air filter. And we're going to open it up and install it. And it's going to be relatively easy. Just simply push it inside, and of course with this plate we're going to use the same screws that was on it. And you're going to see that it's basically just simply a rubber or foam gasket and then this plate, which opens this air way up, as opposed to, where did I put it, having this directional. Now if this thing was outside facing like this and was getting fresh air shoved into it, almost like a ram air system, that would be cool. However, it's not that way. Let's start to install it. And again, what I like to do is just put a few threads in it at first, just to get things going. Then we can tighten everything up. Since this was the last one in, it'll be the first one tight. And again, what that foam does in there is it makes sure that all the air goes into the air filter. You know, every one of my Harley Davidsons has a minimum of a Stage 1. And guys, that's really all there is to it. Now we're going to put the side cover back on, button it up, and we'll go to the exhaust. You know, guys, especially with plastic, you don't want to over tighten anything because things could break really easy. And these side panels are plastic, so just give it a nice little snug. Check stuff. I like to check stuff every once in a while anyways, and you should literally check your air filter every so often. You know, there's, according to your owner's manual, it's going to tell you a number. I listen to the owner's manual by never going over the recommendations. I always go under. That way my stuff is always in better shape than everybody else's.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go.
You know, this is a stock exhaust, and it still has the protection plate that goes over top of the clamp for the muffler, so we're going to take that off first. You know, I did start it a few times to make sure she's kind of cool. I don't want to get burned, man. This is a 10 millimeter, and we're just going to use a little ratchet to get it off, and that way it'll expose the clamp. I'm only using a 1/4 inch drive because you don't need to put a lot of pressure on this stuff. A lot of people use too much hammer, if you know what I mean. But what this is going to do, it's going to free up where the clamp is, and then we're going to take this bolt off here as well too. So, and then we'll examine what's going on under there. Well, these nuts on the clamp and also on the bracket to hold the muffler and or silencer up are 12 millimeters. So let's take the clamp off first. I like to loosen it way up. We're going to have to add some get it nice and loose. We're going to have to add some anti-seize to that eventually. And then let's take this off here too. And we'll use anti-seize on both of them. This is a relatively easy job, guys. The hard part's going to be cleaning up the end of the exhaust pipe, or the header pipe. And we'll just pull that off. I want to bring and take all this stuff off, so we're going to get to a tool here in a little bit. But here's your clamp right here, and here's your big-ass exhaust muffler. Man, this thing is heavy. I'd like to see exactly how much it weighs. I bet it weighs at least 5-7 pounds, something like that. We're going to leave this shield on because we're not going to be using it. Well, that came off a lot easier than I thought it was going to. We're going to take a little towel to that, get all this corrosion off so we can slide our new silencer on. But first I want to show you the difference between the two. This is the balk, and it's going to go right on here. And what a difference, huh? But I think it's going to be a really good addition. Slide that on. Well, let's put our clamp on there first. Make sure we get a good spread on it. Push it all the way down, and then we've got a bracket that actually bolts onto this right here. We're turning it around. I'll show you what I mean here in a little bit. Okay, for the nut behind this bracket here, it is a 14 millimeter, and this is a, oops, backwards. This happens to be a 5 millimeter Allen. So we're not gonna tighten it, just gonna put a little snug to it, and then we're gonna get our bolt and nut for that. Oh, here it is. And this is a 14 millimeter as well too. So we're going to line everything up. Start it in the hole. Oops. Like I say, we're just going to snug it up first, and then we're going to tighten our clamp. Just a little snug. Again, just a little snug. And then we're going to get to our clamp here. And we're going to bring this to the front. And again, go back to our 12 millimeter. And this one we're going to tighten. Because we don't want any exhaust leaks. There we go. And then we'll get back to our 14 millimeter. I pardon, mistake, 13 millimeter.
You're an idiot!
Tighten that up there. Now let's do a quick little sound test. Yeah, like I said, now we're going to put our shield back on. But it does sound awful good, man. I'm telling you what. And I think it's going to look nice. So, tighten this back up. Now we're going to wipe her down and roll her outside and maybe take her for a little test ride. I think it looks cool.
Oh yeah, man, that sounds great. Oh yeah. Well, you asked me if I think that it's made a difference. I would say it definitely makes a difference. I'll tell you what, the thing is breathing so much easier, and the sound is phenomenal. We'll let you guys listen to it here a little bit, and then we'll talk a little bit when we get around this corner, but wow. Ooh, doggy. I'm telling you. Way to go, Bach. Man, that sounds good. Yeah. Going up the hill, man, it seems to have more power. Now, a lot more power? No, I mean, it's not like the Versus 1100 that I was on, but my God. Right there, 6,000 RPM, going over 60 miles an hour in fourth gear, going uphill. Oh yeah, easy, easy peasy, baby. It's got that great low, rumbly sound. I mean, it's not real loud, but yet it's got a good note to it. And the cool thing about it is it's a lot smaller, which means it's lighter. That's number one. Number two, it's not as it doesn't stick up as far. So you know, I know a lot of guys, I won't mention any names, melted some of their soft bags because they had it too close to the exhaust. This will solve a lot of that, I think, to be honest with you, because it's significantly smaller. You guys saw the picture when I was doing the install. It's significantly smaller, and I think that would make a big difference, particularly if you've got soft bags that are hanging low, because it really does make a difference as far as that goes. And it does make a difference as far as acceleration, that's for sure too. We'll let you know in a longer test as we go. Obviously, this is the very first time I've ridden it. Man, Again, I'm in third gear. I was down around 2,000 RPM, going up a hill, pulling up really nice and easy. That's what I'm talking about. We got a nice hill, I call it my ridge running hill, that will be a really good test for it as well too. Because it's pretty much all uphill till you get to the top of the ridge. It makes you want to go fast. That's the thing with louder exhaust. It makes you want to go faster. And the engine sounds better too. I mean, it sounds like it's performing the right way. You know, before it had like a different kind of a tinny sound to it. It does not have that anymore. I mean, listen. What can I say? Well guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video today. If you did, make sure you give us a big thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe, hit that bell notification button, share and comment. You know, I read all the comments and comment on as many as I possibly can. Tell you what guys, like I mentioned before, get out there and test ride a Himalayan. This 411cc engine does everything you want it to do. Until next time guys, ride safe and keep her on two wheels, baby. And I'm going to keep going these corners.